Oh, are we?
Hello. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, last thing that you were told is, Rosie, you're starting it, and then I just said started. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the finale of Arc 4. The finale of Arc 4.
Is that part of the title? Does it say Arc 4 finale?
No, I'll change it.
Alright, we need clickbait.
We need clickbait. But yeah, so something that dawned on me just as we're starting the session is whenever I say hi, welcome back to the stream, hi, welcome back to this session, hi, welcome back to whatever, that in who knows how many years, we'll say, like, it could be as early as next week. I mean, Lord knows that I go back and I watch the sessions for information that I might not have written down or stuff that I forgot. But it also kind of dawned on me that in 5-10 years, I'm also talking to my future self. I'm also hopefully talking to you guys and the future that you guys will be in. So I don't know, it just kind of dawned on me that these intros are forever, and these intros will be the same, because even if I don't go back and watch, the middle of an episode or the entire episode all the way through, I usually almost always see the first 5 minutes of the session. And so in 5 years from now, hopefully I'll be saying hello to myself once again.
Hello.
Hello. And very soon it will be the very last hello that I say to myself in this campaign. But we've got 4 more sessions after this.
Passing away.
Yeah, right. That's why. I do have... Yay! I do have a question. I said you can start the stream for this question because I think it's a good reminder of what's been happening in the story and how far we've come. I made a story graph breakdown, essentially, like a very small story graph breakdown of everything that's happened so far in the campaign. And so I was wondering what you guys think each story point is. So for example, story graph is like beginning, turning point, midpoint, climax, ending. So, or like rising conflict, if you guys know, like lowering conflict, that's like the story, that's a story graph. So I'm just wondering what you guys think each point is. So I'm gonna start with the very beginning point. I'll tell you, after you guys tell me, I'll tell you what I wrote. So you can tell me what you guys think the first point on the story graph is. What is the first crucial point on the story of so far in the campaign? We're talking 123 sessions ago.
If everybody says the Persephone fight,
That's what I'm going to say.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say the Cowardly King making his deal. That is our inciting incident.
So that is an inciting incident, but that's not the first point on a story graph.
Stupid.
Punch him! Punch him!
Stupid didn't realize punch him.
English major just wanted to show everyone he knew what an inciting incident was.
Well, that's what I thought we were doing too. I thought we were doing exposition.
My
Answer is
answer
into the story how it's are like the sessions chronological.
We can do, I mean, like, the first story point of, like, our story, but we can also, if you guys want to start it based from, like, exposition, what the inciting incident, like, if you guys want to start it at the very beginning, not every single graph has that, but, like, we could do that. But, I mean, Austin answered it. What do you guys think the inciting incident is?
Can I go from what we've just played? Not the whole overarching story, but just what we've played.
Yeah.
I think... I'm trying to build this together. I think the exposition is like the first couple sessions that they weren't here for yet, but that Avery and Brillo were here for.
Wasn't it supposed to be
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But, no.
It's creaking. Creaking the chair.
Yeah, I was going to name this session Dawn of a New Day, but I thought this was funnier, so I changed it.
Yeah, knowing what it is, that is not funny. That is not funnier.
But I think it's funny, but I will probably just, I'll name the next session I'll name one of the gauntlet sessions that, because that makes more sense not for this session. Anyway, yeah, okay, so so we can go, if you guys want, we can do exposition. You think exposition is you guys first arriving in
Meeting
Shorestone?
yeah, and then meeting everybody and like.
Yeah, that was exposition, certainly. Introduces the characters, exposition introduces characters, setting the basic situation. Yeah, so the exposition absolutely would be just you guys entering into Shorestone and you guys probably meeting Casiris. Is that big exposition? My first story point that I have, which would just be like conflict or the hook. What I have for the hook is a disjointed group of wanted criminals find themselves in the middle of political tension and hear about a rising prophecy of a disaster yet to come, is what I have, which is you guys first learning from Leosin what the prophecy of Thangale is. That's what I have as my hook, is that crucial moment in the meeting with Leosin. What do you guys think the turning point is? The next point I have is turning point.
Yours.
Stop. Not
The
funny.
book. I think the book.
I was
Like
using
finding and figuring out what the book is and like
I think turn
and like the
point.
I
memory.
was gonna say your Julio of you dying. I think in the long run I think that's kind of
But
the.
didn't we learn about the prophecy after that?
But when prophecy, you guys find the prophecy. We arrive to Shortstone. We meet up next session.
I have no idea. So long ago.
Then we have pre-pit fight, Hydra fight, Persephone fight.
Then we break into
Scare the fuck out of Robin on the stairs.
Yeah, with the ghosts. And then we break into the Chorusy and we find
Well, we will the magic shop first. Then we crawl underneath the city for a bit.
I do that.
We crawl underneath the city and then we get up to. I think Persephone fight. I'd say it's either Persephone fight or the book. I think Persephone fight is. I think it's more connected to the overall thing.
I think Persephone is the big point that matters in the long term, but in the short term of that arc, I don't think it matters very much. Because nothing came with that arc, you know?
Yeah. I shake your hand on that.
Also, something that I learned about, that was an interesting conversation. I do want to say something that I just recently learned is that all of our computers with Twitch up only count as one view.
Really?
Since they updated it to avoid the view botting, so that's, you know how in view botting, now people, so ever since they updated it a few months ago because of view botting, now if you are on the same network, all devices on the same network can only at max count for one, if not maybe two devices, depending on what kind of device it is and how they're on the network.
You can get around it by just simply turning on your phone hotspot and watching through your phone hotspot.
This is true. I just thought that was
It's
interesting.
more impressive though because I
I know.
thought they were half of our viewers, but I guess not.
I always thought that was interesting because I also thought we were half of our viewers. I'm there's 6 of us here, and all of us have the stream up, or at one point pulled the stream up. I'm we're 6 viewers, and then I tested it on my own. I went on my laptop, and I went on my phone, and I went I was on different Chrome tabs. I was logged into Austin's account, I was on my own phone logged into my Chrome. I tried it on different devices, and the stream increased only by 1 viewer. So there is actually 15 people here, and then technically 14. We count as 1, which I think is fun and cool. It's not going to make a difference.
No need to worry.
No need to worry, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you hop off the Wi-Fi, then you count. I
What if I
think.
go on a VPN? Because we're bonding.
Although network and Wi-Fi, I think it can check your.
Well, I didn't
Your
get access
actual
to my
location.
location.
I was
so
I don't know.
They're
anyway.
pirating our data.
Okay, so Christian joining, we actually went down to 14.
I did notice that.
So I don't know how that happened.
It's because he smells.
But anyway, I thought I just think that's interesting. Yeah, okay, so everyone agrees that that's what you guys think your turning point is?
Yeah.
Your turning point is, remind me, you think your turning point is?
Persephone fight / the book. What happened to the turning point? It's
I
I think
took
the book is the turning point for the next arc.
So a turning point in a story just means where do you think crucially that is where the story took a turn? That is where crucially this is the turn that began our story. This is the turning point.
Persephone fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Turning points, just to remind you,
I
happen
agree.
after exposition. So they happen when do you, this is me essentially asking when do you think the exposition ended and the real turning point of the story began?
I like the Persephone fight, but I think
that's when things got real.
that if it was just a Persephone
Well,
fight
okay.
without the book, though, that it wouldn't have the plot wouldn't have progressed as much.
I
Because the
agree,
book
I agree.
escalated our goals because we wanted to get our gangs out of it.
Okay.
Because if our gangs were in the book, there wasn't anything really driving us.
Did you guys chase Persephone, or was it just kind of happenstance?
No, she was
Yeah,
there.
we
We
found
told
her.
Were you done?
You
No.
I love you, Persephone.
2 people were chasing her.
Oh, I thought you did after.
Cyrus and Mara.
Yeah, so everyone was like, yeah, the Persephone fight, best damn day of my life.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could have made that day my wedding day. Hey guys!
Well, it was that good because you weren't there.
Well, that's what I think.
Very interesting that you guys all answered. I answered a much different answer. My answer is.
Down in the bookshop.
My answer is that you guys. This is a hugely different answer. The party learns of a cult of dragons, a cult whose worshippers may be harboring a dormant dragon on the inside of a massive volcano on the verge of erupting in the Southern Isles.
How was your that?
Wow,
that was the turn.
That's my opinion. It's
The whole
my opinion.
island arc and the whole book arc.
I
Yeah,
thought
that was when we got to the
Is that old man?
Yeah, that was
No,
after the
that was
old man.
after.
after.
That was when we fought the dragon in the volcano.
Yeah, that's when you guys first heard the name the Cult of Dragons.
Huh.
I think that's the turning point for your like overarching story, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the turning point in terms of like
Or like the tables.
No, clearly the table disagrees with me. I just think that's interesting because
Get out of the chair.
It's
Get
not
out.
Just
that I
for-
disagree. I
just for reference for the stream, they believe that their turning point is somewhere around session 7, and I believe our turning point is somewhere around session
Yeah.
around session
Seven.
around
Session
session
seven
35. I can
Yeah.
check the exact session.
Wait,
Yeah, it was.
Very
Yeah, it
early.
was so
One of the
early.
first sessions that we ever did.
So we've been here since.
Oh, I thought it was in the 10s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Christian though.
No, I think
No, we let you join because you used to lose some.
What?
Some.
Oh. I'm sorry I keep getting up. I keep eating things.
What if I killed myself?
Ooh, that could be fun.
Wait.
Well, okay.
wait.
Session 17 is named the beginning of the book, and that is session 17 is the first time you guys found out what the book is, and that was
Okay.
session, the
I think
beginning
that- I
of the
think
book,
that's my
session
turning
17.
point, session 17.
16, 15, 14.
Because that's when we started like.
I'll give an
Even the year
answer.
and the-
I'll give an answer because it pertains to me now.
8.
Yeah.
Whoa! I was
I
exactly right. That was off
Oh.
dome. It's session
I
7.
hate you.
She does hit me.
Sorry.
When everyone got onto the boat with Myrtle on it.
You think that's the turning point?
Sure.
That
That's
was-
Wandering Wave
But
session
that
20.
was spurred by the book though.
Okay, you know what? How about this? How about I just go home?
Okay.
I'm
Um,
down with that plan.
So you guys think that the turning point is somewhere between.
I don't know.
You guys think the turning point is somewhere between around session 10 to session 20, somewhere within the first 20 sessions.
Yeah.
I think the turning point is session 35.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a big difference in session 7 to session 35, what we believe where in the story the turning point was. What do you guys think the midpoint is? What do you think the
For me,
midpoint
that's
is?
Tony
Kind
Hawk.
of
Probably
the.
the Persephone fight.
I was gonna say.
No.
I was gonna say Vermilion Village.
The midpoint?
What?
That's what we already. That was like our
I
fun
think
match.
Tasha.
I think post Tasha fight when we get the first
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
I think
first
Yeah, yeah.
match Tasha fight is the.
I think like Tasha fight going into getting first mask. I think that's our mid.
What happened after Tom's fight?
That's
That's a great
We were on the
Really
ship.
We got
We
flung
went
into
to
You
we got
died.
flung to the astral
I died.
sea.
Yeah.
We went to the astral sea. We fought
We learned what it is.
the
We-
thing.
the Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought.
Actually, I have to agree.
She was.
I
Then we
agree.
went on
We
to
saw-
And we
the
came
she
back
was.
and met Christian's other character.
And then we learned from the SLC.
Oh, and then all the flumps died.
No, they didn't die. We got them all.
No, we didn't.
No, you're right.
Prime
Bottom floor
sub,
match.
thank you. And also, I want to thank you for the
Yeah,
message
the
as
flumps
well.
you have you bought.
What did you say?
So you guys think when you
First mask. Yes.
when you got the first mask after the Tasha fight?
Yeah, session 51.
I said midpoint. The party is brought face to face with Tasha the Witch Queen, a powerful sorceress credited with creating the Book of
There we
Memories,
go.
the very book that holds the party's memories captive.
And she told me before this, she said, for everyone you get right, I'll let you all the left.
He didn't say that actually.
Oh shit!
I remember hearing that.
He
We're
didn't
gonna be
say
level
that.
18 now. Thanks.
I didn't say
You're-
that.
You're a G.
Guys, we're close. We need 8 more people. And then
You're a
we're
G
done.
Harmony. Thank you.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think the rising action is?
Ooh, just roll an extra 20.
Or no, sorry, the rising conflict.
I think beginning of Arc 4 when the watchtower went down and all the mail stopped. And everyone beat Love and No Die.
Yeah.
When was that?
Really?
That was right after Vermilion Village.
Yeah. Yeah, also right after Vermilion.
Wait, I'm confused. Would Midpoint not come after Rising?
Well, no, we went Exposition, Rising, Midpoint. Now we're on like.
There's a million different names for it. What I have, you guys did Exposition, which I did not have. I had Hook for my first one. So I said the Hook is you guys learning about the prophecy of Sandgale. That was the Hook. Then I have Turning Point, where the Exposition ends and the story turns. I then had Midpoint, and now I have Rising Conflict. So the midpoint. So Rising Conflict is what leads to the climax. So you guys, so it goes Rising Conflict, climax at the top, and then resolution end. So what do you guys think led up to your climax? Because it goes Rising Conflict,
Climaxing?
Well,
Rising Conflict, and then your
Can you
climax.
determine what the climax is first?
I think
I have the climax. I do have the climax written.
Do we know what the climax is? Is it this?
Yeah,
Or
I mean, you guys
The
have
climax
you've hit
is-
the climax of the story.
Oh my god.
Okay, no more sex jokes. Genuinely English major. I thought you'd have fun with this.
I feel like the Rising Conflict isn't just one point though. I feel like the Rising Conflict is like the escalation of the Dragon Mask stuff.
I think
This is the point,
it
though. Is if
began-
you had to name it on one session.
I think if I were to name it on one, it would be when it'd
The
be
climax?
right.
No, the Rising Conflict.
We're still getting carbon.
That leads to the climax.
Yeah, we're like this is the
This is the
corporate-
stroke.
So Jess's suggestion, because I said, what do you guys think the Rising Conflict is that led to your climax? And then Jessa said, should we determine what the actual climax was before we determine what the Rising Conflict is what she
That might
had said.
help.
I feel like this is the climax.
Yeah, I feel like this is the
Yeah.
climax.
I don't know.
yeah.
I think the climax is the whole everything's gonna blow up on Shorestone and the kingdom's gonna die.
But I think
Obviously,
that
that's
a
right.
lot of that is going to get resolved maybe here. Well, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'll say Rising Conflict is us discovering the statue.
Okay.
And then from there, the
Interesting.
statue.
My
The
right,
statue
I
is a
think
colossus full of oops.
I think the Rising is
The one that-
beginning of Arc
Yeah.
where everything kind of got flipped on its head of like, hey, they're not after the masks in their entirety. They're after more.
Yeah.
Because I agree with the Colossus. The Colossus was a big part of it, but we wouldn't have gotten to the Colossus if it wasn't for the mailroom things.
Baka.
Yeah.
I think it's the session in the oh my god, what's it called? The mailroom, like Hostate, where we found out that they had killed a bunch of people and took all the rings.
Yep. I agree.
I think I would fail Equivalence campaign.
There's just so much that's happened.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
also had
it's
a
a lot.
dragon fight in a volcano, and I was like, the what?
The
Oh, I
dragon,
didn't mean in
The
that.
the
what?
dragon fight in the volcano. Yeah.
Me and Oscar walked
Well, I was telling Harmony about my other campaign yesterday, and she's like, "Is this how it sounds when I describe mine?"
I think that's what it sounds like to me. I remember.
But you're in this campaign.
I know. I remember the Persephone fight, and then blowing up a city.
So you guys think that the Rising Conflict is Hawkstake,
Yes.
and you guys think
Yeah.
the climax is what?
Climax, I think, is
Well, I don't
going
think
to
we've beat
be.
it yet.
I think the climax is
I think it's-
tonight.
I think we're
going into
edging right
tomorrow.
now. I think we're about to climax.
I agree. I think that we're in the climax right now, but we have yet to reach the peak. I think the climax
The
is.
Kelec peaks.
Okay, you know one thing?
Ooh, there we go.
Is there
There we
that?
go.
Look at that.
Is there a turning point 2 in this or no?
No,
Wait,
do you
I
want
was
to?
turning
point how twisty and turny.
back.
I
See how one more debate.
Hold
I was
on.
gonna say that if we had a second turning point, it'd be us entering the Republic and like trying to get our way down.
I want to learn what these two eyeballs are.
I can give you a little hint.
Final answer.
It runs
So
schmalls.
I said I think the Rising Conflict. I said the party must grapple with the fact that their beloved friend Kasari Ramcrown was murdered underneath Hawkstake, starting
Bless you.
the beginning of the war arc.
Yep.
And then I said that and then I said if I have to choose a climax already, like if I have to choose what the climax would be so far, I said after discovering the Council of Shorestone has turned on the crown and built a large magic-powered colossus to overtake the Republic, the party ventures to the Republic capital only to find they too are ready to launch war. So I kind of cheated. I didn't pick one session. I said that I think that the climax would be you guys discovering that Shorestone has a Colossus, and then going to the Republic and finding out that there is also a Colossus in the Republic. So I said I think that has been your climax so far, is you guys have discovered that there are war machines ready to launch and begin the end of a downfall.
That's my. It's usually if there's a second plot point, that would be my second plot point, because I think that the second turning point, because I think that we have to really hit the end, I guess.
Yeah, for ending, I have TBD. Said I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out what the ending is.
I mean,
No, I mean, you guys technically are in the climax right now. I think this is the climax of the story, most certainly.
I didn't know.
Someone should have told me we're climaxing.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I get one. All right. Okay, you guys ready?
Put my fire
Yep.
Woo!
We
Okay.
got 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 8:30.
I think we each get one round instead.
That's longer than I thought.
Hey, can I get rid of one little question?
Nope.
I have 12 followers.
Oh, I don't have hats. Somebody give me their hat. Christian.
I did not mean to click whatever you clicked. Oh,
Guys, I keep getting,
pause.
He's a Tibetan monk and he doesn't want to reveal it. This goes against the Buddhist belief.
I hate this because I sit on the end and my chair always works the carpet.
I'm very sorry about that.
You've done this to me.
I have not done anything
You
to
have
you.
done this to
Will
me.
you get your feet out of my face?
No
Awesome.
fire chat.
What?
Sammy, I don't think it counts if we join. I don't think it counts if we join the cult.
Does it count if you join the cult?
No,
I don't think.
Like,
I don't think that
Harrison
counts.
can't join the cult of Blaze?
no. Technically, your viewers also can't join the Cult of Lace, but it's funny.
Well, per last session, you promised 20 followers and a level up. We're at 12.
I did promise that. Love.
Start texting people.
Tell them to pull up.
This is not the Overlooks.
What the hell is this?
No, look. I was like, wow, this is no. This is a very.
This is a very different time for them. No.
Yeah, join the jam.
Fantastic. Everybody, welcome back to session 123. The end of Arc 4 before our finale. Practice makes perfect. As the party takes a leap of faith through a giant crystal core in the old ruins of Kalturum, the destroyed city that was lost to the Great War 200 years ago, you guys found an ancient chamber that had been consistently upkept and cleaned and remade over and over the last 200 years. Not only has it been upkept, but it's been improved and changed. As you guys made your way through the vault, you found at the center of this old chamber a giant engine room, a core at the center of it, but not just any core, a celestial core, a core that is able to embody that of celestial power, that of gods, and harbor their souls in order to pump out magic, in order to pump out the most powerful creations known to mortal kind, and even to celestial kind. As you guys explored the room, you realized the vault door locked behind you, and you had only one way of getting out, jumping through the celestial core and making your way to the realm of gods, the celestial plane. As you did, you realized, Robin, that your pouch, your golden pouch, had pinged, which meant that whoever stole your gold was somewhere on the celestial plane as well. But how could that be? Lavro, as you arrived, you saw a much different vision than the rest of your party. You arrived in the celestial realm and you looked at golden gates that shimmered in non-existent sunlight, and you realized you had seen this place before. You recognized it intrinsically. You saw it in a dream that had happened months ago, 6 or so months ago. And as you realized that prophetic vision had hit you, that was, of course, the vision that told you where you would die. And here you were standing at those same golden gates that 6 months ago you found out was the place you were supposed to breathe your final breath. And past those gates, you knew a throne lay behind a large river that seemed to flow indefinitely until it reached a large mountaintop with a marble pavilion on the top of it. You know that throne is where you saw 2 visions, but all of them ending in one of your other party members dying as well. As you entered into this plane, you made your way past the Golden Gates, you made your way across the River Styx, and you saw a familiar face. You saw a blue-skinned tiefling, the candidate runner-up for the capital city of the Republic, Perseus. You know, Perseus is a faction leader. He's new, he's up and coming, he's attempting to create a new republic, to create a new capital, to unite all of the strongest artificers in the realm to get together for a new project. You've also known Perseus to be a familiar name amongst other circles. You know, Lace, your cult, is familiar with, or your old current cult, I should say, the cult of dragons is familiar with Perseus because that was Persephone, your sister's lover, situationship, co-ruler.
Brother.
No, not that one. Yeah, I'll be standing, sorry.
I'm also gonna record the session because Wi-Fi is shit today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why don't we hook up the Ethernet if you want? Yeah, you can hook up the Ethernet if you want. Austin, would you mind going to grab the
You
cord?
don't need it.
Oh, yeah, you don't need it. Here you go, Jessa. You know Perseus to be the co-leader in your absence of the Scavengers, as well as Persephone's lover before she had absconded to go and track you down, Lace. Also, you know that Perseus, through the what you don't sees, which is, you know, the above-board meta conversations, to be involved in a lot of other organizations around the world as well. It seems that Perseus is, if nothing else, a strong political figure known throughout the war that is happening right now. You saw Perseus with an army of dwarves and other tieflings and some elves, some common folk, all of them bearing wax wings. He was next to the ancient crafter. Did the Wi-Fi just cut?
Yep.
I think it cut because Jessa connected the Ethernet.
Of course, today. It wants to act up.
It's because you connected the Ethernet, I'm sure.
Keep asking
Take
the
it back.
remote.
Yeah, I don't have it. Just that does. You know that he was with his closest confidant, as they had made wax wings together to aid in the flight and the survival of him and his men making their way into the celestial realm. After that, yeah, my Wi-Fi and my computer's good. After that, Robin,